Let me tell you, Atlanta nights have a way of peeling the truth off people like old wallpaper. 1 minute, you're floating on laughter under fairy lights. Next thing you know, you're dodging whispers sharp enough to draw blood. You ever walked into a party feeling like the main course at a dinner where you didn't even know you were on the menu? Yeah, that's where this starts. Zara Thompson, in a dress that cost more than my first car, standing in the backyard of Lucas Bennett's Buckhead mansion, wondering if I'm the only one who can smell the judgment mixed in with the jasmine. So picture this fire pit's flickering, R&B humming, everybody swirling their champagne like it's a status symbol and not just grape juice with a degree. Lucas, my fiancé, is working the crowd with that smile that could charm the truth out of a preacher. Meanwhile, I'm the shiny new thing in his life, or so his friends think. Megan Carter and Jake Sullivan are parked by the fire, and I swear, their eyes are so cold you'd think someone spiked the punch with liquid nitrogen. She's gorgeous. I'll give her that. Megan drawls, not even bothering to keep her voice down. But come on, Jake, what's her angle? She's got to be after his money. Jake just shrugs and smirks. Gold digger, obviously. You know that moment where you want to fight back, but you also want to prove you don't care? I tighten my grip on my glass, try to remind myself I didn't come this far just to be defined by somebody else's imagination. I built City Nest from the ground up an app that's about to make a real dent in affordable housing. And these two think I'm here for a trust fund? The irony stings, but there's no time for pity parties when you're surrounded by people waiting for you to crack. Lucas is telling stories our first date, how we shared a soggy slice of pizza in a bus shelter, laughing like the world wasn't trying to drown us out. He catches my eye, and in that moment, just for a second, I feel safe again. But his friends? They don't want me here. They want the Lucas they can control, not the man who fell for a girl from a 2-bedroom Atlanta apartment, whose mom worked 3 jobs to keep the lights on. Megan's voice cuts through again. She probably waits tables or something. Definitely not on Lucas's level. And Jake just laughs, like the joke's been told 100 times and never gets old. I could have walked away, pretended I didn't hear, but sometimes you just get tired of swallowing your pride. That's when Talia Kim finds me quiet, kind, eyes full of empathy. This crowd can be brutal, she whispers. I felt like an outsider, too. Give it time. It's the first real kindness of the night, and I cling to it, even as my phone buzzes with a text from my mom's worried. Always is, but tonight I feel like I need to show her I can stand my ground. Just as the air starts to choke me, Megan decides it's time for a toast. She raises her glass, smile too bright, voice too sweet. To Lucas, for always keeping us on our toes with his unconventional choices. The laughter that follows is the kind you feel in your bones, forced, brittle, hiding something mean. Jake pipes up, yeah, from private jets to, well, nodding in my direction. Let me back up a sec. This isn't the first room I've had to fight for oxygen in. I've had professors roll their eyes at my ambition. Investors act like I'm invisible, even when I'm the one saving their portfolios. But here, these are Lucas's people, the ones who will stand at our wedding, who think they know him because they've known him forever. The ones who think I'm just passing through. Lucas moves to step in, but I put a hand on his arm and say, if you've got something to say about me, Megan, say it to my face. The crowd goes quiet, no music, no laughter, just the crackle of the fire and my heart beating out of my chest. Megan doesn't miss a beat. We're just looking out for Lucas, making sure he's not being taken advantage of. You don't know me, I reply, voice shaking but steady enough. You see my skin, my roots, and you think you got me pegged. But I'm here for Lucas, not his money. The crowd shifts, some uncomfortable, some like Talia giving me that little nod of solidarity. Megan tries again. Lucas deserves someone who matches his caliber. And suddenly Lucas's voice drops in, fierce and protective. That's enough, Megan. Zara is my partner, my equal. If you can't respect her, you don't belong here tonight. Now, I'll be honest, part of me wanted to handle it on my own. But when Lucas took my side, in front of everybody, it felt like maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a battle I had to fight alone. Still, I turned back to Megan, voice clear. Maybe ask yourself why you're so threatened by a woman you don't even know. That one lands. She backs down, but I see the storm brewing behind her eyes. Jake disappears to the bar, suddenly a lot less talkative. As the party whirls back to life, people start coming up, asking about City Nest, wanting to know more. A tech investor hands me his card, Talia wraps me in a hug, and for a minute, I almost forget how shaky I feel. But Megan? She's not done yet. She lingers at the edge of the crowd, pride wounded, eyes sharp as ever. You know that saying about keeping your enemies closer? Tonight, I get it. The energy shifts. Guests are curious, genuinely interested. The narrative's changing, but I can't relax not with Megan still plotting in the shadows. She finally comes over, voice just loud enough for everyone to hear. I owe you an apology. I misjudged you, Zara. City Nest sounds remarkable. The words are hollow, a performance. I look her in the eye. You didn't just misjudge me. You tried to shame me. An apology doesn't erase that. Now it's real, no more smiles, no more playing nice. She fires back. I was looking out for Lucas. I cut her off. No, you were protecting your own comfort. That's not caution, Megan. That's prejudice. The crowd reacts, some nodding, others shifting uncomfortably. Before she can answer, Lucas steps in again. Zara's right. Anyone who can't respect her isn't welcome here at our wedding tomorrow. You could hear a pin drop and then applause. Talia starts it. Others join, and suddenly, all that tension turns into something lighter. The night finds its groove again, the music swelling, the crowd coming alive with real warmth. Megan slinks away. Jake is nowhere to be found, and I'm left standing beside Lucas, hand in his, heart pounding, knowing I've earned my place. Later, we sneak off to a quiet spot by the magnolia tree, city lights twinkling in the distance. Lucas squeezes my hand. I didn't want to steal your moment. I just couldn't let them hurt you. I smile. You didn't steal it. You amplified it. But next time, let me lead. He laughs, promise in his eyes. Deal. My phone buzzes Mom again. Heard you stood tall tonight. So proud. See you at the altar. I show Lucas. He grins. Diane's gonna steal the show tomorrow. We both laugh, picturing her in all her glory. Back inside, people raise glasses, their toasts no longer laced with skepticism, but with respect. To Zara and Lucas for showing us what love looks like. I feel tears sting, not from pain, but from the relief of finally belonging. When the last guests leave, Lucas pulls me close by the reflecting pool. You're my home, Zara, and I'm yours, he says, and it's a promise I believe down to my bones. Tomorrow, we'll stand before everyone and make it official. But tonight, we won the harder fight against doubt, against prejudice, against those whispers in the dark. Stars burn overhead, and for the first time in a long time, I know we're unstoppable. So what do you think? Does love really conquer all? Or do old wounds heal only when we call them out? Tell me in the comments, have you ever had to prove yourself in a room full of doubters? Where are you watching from tonight? Let's hear your story. And if this one moved you, go on, hit that subscribe, share it with a friend, and stick around for the next chapter. Until then, keep shining and don't let anyone dim your light.